Hey guys, so today's writing activity is show me something that you've eaten. It could be your breakfast, it could be your lunch, it could be your dinner, it could even be your snack. I am going to show you my lunch for today, but first I gotta make it. Okay, so I am back in my office and I am ready to get started. It is really important when we are doing our writing that we're still trying to do our very best work, even though we're working from home now. So I'm still looking for that level 4 kindergarten coloring with no little white ghosts. That means no white spots left behind, and your neatest coloring for you. So I'm going to start by drawing my plate. And you can see I threw out the first line. I decided I didn't want to draw the lines on the plate. I thought it would mess up the picture too much. So I'm going to start with my pickle. And I looked at my pickle and I decided that it's kind of a jelly bean shape, but I also noticed that there was some lines and some bumps on it. So I'm going to draw those lines and those bumps so you can kind of see them there. And I picked a nice green because pickles are green. We've been working on making sure that we're using appropriate colors when we're drawing. If I had drawn my pickle in pink or purple, people might not have known it was a pickle. And we want to make sure that our drawings are really clear and that people reading them can understand what we're trying to draw. So next I'm going to do my grilled cheese sandwich. And when I looked at it, I noticed that it was a square. I also noticed that my grilled cheese sandwich was cut in the shape of an X, so I drew a big X across my grilled cheese sandwich. So I'm picking a darker brown to do the edges of the grilled cheese sandwich because I noticed that the edges of the sandwich kind of darkened more than the middle. And then I'm going to go back and grab a lighter brown to do the rest of the sandwich. I realized there that the brown I grabbed wasn't light enough. So I went and got a tan pencil crayon and then I colored in the rest of my sandwich. This is where you'll notice that level 4 kindergarten coloring we talked about. I'm not leaving any white gaps and I'm coloring kind of all in one direction to make sure that everything gets filled. A lot of the times in kindergarten, if we're rushing, we'll kind of scribble the color in the lines and you end up missing spots and it just doesn't look as neat as it could. And we are getting towards the end of kindergarten, so I know that we are all totally capable of doing our very best level 4 kindergarten coloring. And I'm just going back and darkening those lines because I realize you can't really see them. Next, I'm going back and I'm looking at my sandwich and I want to include some details. So I'm noticing that there is a little bit of pink ham sticking out and some orangish colored cheese. So I'm going to take my pink pencil crayon and I'm going to draw just a tiny skinny sliver of ham sticking out of the sandwich. And next I'm going to grab my orange and I'm going to add in that little bit of cheese. And I'm just adding a little bit of yellow to make it a bit of a brighter orange because I picked kind of a dark orange. And now I'm looking at my plate and I'm noticing that the ketchup is almost a perfect circle. So I'm going to grab my red pencil crayon and draw that red circle on my plate. And I'm trying to make everything about the same size as it normally is. I don't want a gigantic circle for ketchup and then a teeny tiny grilled cheese sandwich. I'm trying to make them about the same size as they actually are in real life. And again, I'm making sure that I'm taking my time to color in the ketchup nice and neatly. Don't want to be too much outside the lines. And lastly, I'm grabbing my green and I'm coloring in my pickle because I forgot to color in my pickle earlier. And again, staying in the lines, making sure it's nice and neat. Okay, and now that we're done our picture, the last thing that we want to do is for this assignment, I want students to try to add in beginning sounds to their picture. And we've been practicing this in class, but for the pickle, I would say, pickle. What letter says p, p? Same with the ketchup. What letter says k? Well, I know that K says k, but students might also come up with that the letter C says k. Either one is totally fine. We're not looking for exact letters. We're just making sure that it's phonetically or sound appropriate. So grilled cheese sandwich. What letter says g? A G. And then I'm even going to label the ham. And this one's going to be tricky because we haven't really learned any blended sounds yet. So they might need help with cheese if they have another sound like that as well. It's also totally okay if students don't get those blended sounds yet, the ch's, sh's, th's. We're just learning, so if they leave those ones out, that's also totally okay. If students want, they can label p for plate or their cups or utensils. It's totally up to them. But this is our finished product of what we ate. I cannot wait to see everything that you guys create and see the food that you're eating as well. Have a great day.